there folks, and welcome back to the channel. Now then, this Pagrne, however you pronounce that, it is a sub-brand of Pagani design. I'm not too sure why they've got some with a different name, but anyway, you know, it's whatever. This is what we've got. We'll have a quick look at what you get in the box. It's the usual thing. Get your little blue polishing cloth. You get a international warranty card, which isn't worth the plastic it's written on, and a instruction manual, a hand tag, and that's the spare link that I've taken out of the bracelet to make it fit. That's what you get in the box. And we'll keep this handy, this little cloth, because there's lots of polished surfaces on this, so it's a fingerprint magnet. Now then, I saw this actually on eBay. They are still current on AliExpress, and I actually think I might have found a Pagani design that I quite like. This, I must admit, it's a pretty cool thing. The case shape, you know, we all know about that. But it's, I mean, everything is 316L stainless steel. Got a screw down crown, which is signed. We've got Sapphire Crystal. We've got ceramic insert on the bezel. The bezel is fixed on this. But we'll get some measurements out of the way. This is the, I'm going to call it Pagani because I cannot pronounce whatever that name is. But anyway, it is the PG1670. And I actually think this is pretty good. It's a while since I've had anything from this company, and the last one I had, after having it for a while and kind of getting used to it, actually didn't think it was that great. This, there's been improvements. I will admit there has been improvements, and I actually really quite like this one. So we have a case size between the 8 o'clock and the 2 o'clock of 41.5, including the crown, 44.5. We have a lug to lug of 47.5, but be minded that if you're wearing this on this bracelet, that goes out to 53 because of those male end links. We've got a thickness of 13 millimeters, and we have a lug width of 20 millimeters. There's a mixture of brushing and polishing. We'll just move in a little bit closer so we can see some of that. We've got polished sides, polished crown guards, polished crown with the etched logo on the inside there. You've got moving on to brushing on the top of the lugs, fully brushed stainless steel bracelet. The bezel, the lower part, is brushed, moving on to a polished section between that and the bezel insert, polishing on the sides and ditto round the other side. As I said, we've got Sapphire Crystal. Not sure about any or how much anti-reflective coating. If there is any on there, there isn't a great deal, but I have not found legibility to be an issue because of the contrast between the black and the white. Ceramic insert on the bezel, as I said. You've got your minute track around the outside edge, and then you move in to applied indices, which are all outlined in black, and they do have Loom in the middle of them. You've got your inverted triangle at 12, the logo Pagrne or Pagrne or whatever it is at the top, with their name underneath. And then down at the 6 o'clock position, we have automatic water resistant 10 bar 100 meters. The handset is a very well known handset, no surprise there. The seconds hand with the lollipop and the little orange tip on the end. And down at the bottom we have Japan movement. This has a Seiko NH35A inside it, and we all know about those. We'll talk about that when we flip the watch over. But I think that the contrast on the dial here is actually really good with that black and white. And if you saw the kind of close-up shots, the macro ones at the beginning, the finishing on the hands is actually pretty good. Nice, crisp and clean, and right around the indices as well. It's nicely done. So yeah, so far we're looking pretty good. Got a date at the 3 o'clock position, unframed, white background, obviously matching that white dial, which is quite nice. Moving on to the bracelet, as I said, it's 20mm here, and it's got quite a steep taper. It tapers down at this point here. It's 15.5mm. We have a signed clasp with a flip lock and then a friction fit, and then we are milled clasp there, and this part of the clasp is also milled, not pressed. You can see we've got exhibition case back there, so you can see your NH35, water resistant to 100 meters, stainless steel, and Pagani design. I don't really know what they're up to with that, but there we go. Solid end links, brushed case back as well, apart from the mineral crystal set in the middle there, so that you can see that NH35 movement. The bracelet does have screw links, and all in all, this thing weighs in, when it's sized up for me, at 150 grams. That's with one link removed. The NH35, as we know, 41-hour power reserve, plus 40 to minus 20 seconds per day, 21,600 vibrations per hour, with hacking and hand winding. Screw down crown. Before we get to that, we will just what I'm going to do is, because of the kind of plus 40 to minus 20 that they give these movements, I'll run the time grapher app that I've got. You've seen that before, and we'll have a look and we'll see how this one is doing. So we'll see you on the other side of that. So there we have it, minus 4 seconds per day and a 0.3 millisecond beat error, which is pretty good. And that's the kind of specs that you can expect to get out of pretty much any NH35 movement. They are pretty good, pretty accurate, and pretty bomb-proof, well proven. Right then, the screw down crown. This is one of the slight little gripes that I have with this. It is a little on the gritty side. It's okay to begin with, but as you get towards the end of its travel, it does get, there we go, it does get a bit on the stiff side. So that is something, I'm not sure whether it's kind of a fault with them or what, I do not know, but this one is definitely, there we go, definitely a bit sticky. But once it's there, it does pop. You pull it out to the second position, and we have hacking so that you can set your time. While we're here, I'll wind it on and we'll have a look, and we will see where the date changes. We're starting to move at 5 to 11. This could be an early change. There we go. About 12 minutes to midnight. We'll wind that back round to kind of a safer zone, and then pop that back in. If you want to change the date manually, it's one click and turn the crown towards you. So yeah, there is a little bit of a sticky problem with this crown, and I'm not sure entirely what it is. It just seems to be that you need to kind of work it backwards and forwards a little bit. So yeah, that's not very good. I mean, everything else on it, the clasp and everything is great. I mean, I've had these before and they're pretty terrible. There's lots of kind of wiggle, but this this is pretty solid. So yeah, that's quite impressive. The only other thing is there is some micro adjusts on the inside of this clasp. I'm not too sure if you can see that in there. You got 3 levels, there are 4 if you include the one it's in, but it's actually pretty impossible to use. There is, to get your spring bar tool in here, what you need to do is you need to open up that little flip-flop extension, and there we go. You can get your spring bar tool in there, but not in there. So you can move one side, but the other just does not want to move. So that is kind of a bit pointless. So you're kind of relying on that little flip-flop extension. I mean, other than that, to be fair, price-wise, $54.95 currently in the sale, and I think it's a really nice watch for that. You're getting some really quite good specs, and it is, I think, actually, generally speaking, quite well made. As we know, you are not going to get a perfect watch. There is no such thing. I've got a feeling that this one, the crown on this, is probably an issue specific to this one. And that's something that I can probably have a look at myself. But anyway, let's do some Loom. The Loom is not its strong point. As with these things, I've never seen one that's kind of really impressed me yet. But we'll give this a bit of a chance, and we'll give it some UV light. We'll drop the lights, and then there we go. There you have your blue Loom. The hands are actually okay, and they do last quite a while. The indices, not so much. You can usually tell. I mean, the camera is focusing on it, which is a good sign. But you've got those kind of dark spots in the middle, which is, I suppose, where it would appear that it's not quite such a full application. But other than that, as I said, you know, I actually think this is quite a nice watch. We've got no rotating bezel, so you've got no issues with bezel alignment or anything like that, and I think it does look really quite good. I do wish, to me, if they'd have put a different handset in there, they'd have had something that was kind of, you know, a bit more original. I mean, okay, the case shape is the case shape, but things like the fixed bezel with the ceramic insert, with your 10-minute markers in there, you know, a different handset I think would have made all the difference to this. But yeah, cool watch. Quite like this one. As I said, they are currently $54.95 in the AliExpress sale. So if you want one, head over to there and grab one while they're reduced. Their normal price is $57.50, which I don't think is a lot. I think you're getting a decent watch for your money. So yes, have I changed my mind on Pagrne design? Not entirely. You know, we've still got issues, but much better than the previous ones that I've had. So there we go. That is, I'm going to call it the Pagrne PG1670. If you like this kind of content, please give me a thumbs up. That would be great. It's the best way that you can help the channel. If you'd like to subscribe, please do that. Don't forget to comment, like, everything else that goes along with it. And that's it for now, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Catch you later. Cheers for now.